Alright everybody, back on the checkpoint. Got everything out of the box, get ready to assemble. Instructions right here are pretty much easy to follow. Step 1 is your watchtower. 2 is the drum barrel. 3 is the lift gate. And 4 is the guard box, which I want to light up. So I'm going to get working on this. Once I get that all done, I'll go ahead and film that, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the checkpoint. I've been working on the guard box. Painted it flat brown. I did add lighting to it. I got an 805 warm white SMD. You can see right here. Plus some tulip for light blocking. I scratch built, doesn't come with a floor, so I scratch built a floor with a table, chair. I'm using enamel and acrylics on this. The table and chair, I use the wood Model Masters enamel paint, number 1735, and then I used flat brown XF10 Tamiya acrylic. It's turning out and looking pretty good. Once I get this all assembled and hooked up to some power, I'll go ahead and film that part of it. Right now I'm letting the floor dry a little bit. I'm going to hit it again with some more flat brown for the floor, another coat or two, and then it'll be finished and I can assemble the guard box. I may paint the inside walls with maybe the wood. I'll figure that out when I get to that point. Figured I'd give everybody a quick update what I'm doing with the checkpoint, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the checkpoint. Just assembled the guard box. Got it hooked up to a 9-volt battery. Like I said in the previous video, I got an 805 warm white SMD on the inside. Let's go ahead and turn the overhead light off. Now that looks really cool. Hopefully the camera will pick up the chair and the table. I think that looks really cool. The lighting looks really good on the inside. Of course there's some touch up I gotta do with the guard box. I want to do something with the top here. Maybe use some flat black and highlight it a little bit. Bring out the top of the guard box instead of having it all look flat brown. But for right now I think it's looking really cool. I'll be moving on to working on the other parts that came with the checkpoint. I figured I'd give everybody a update on this, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the checkpoint that I'm building. Previous video I showed that I had the guard box done, and what I did for the shingles on top, I used this panel line black. It enhanced the shingles. That came out really nice. I like how it looks weathered. I also used a little bit of the dark brown, and I also used a little bit of the wood here, Model Masters number 1735. So I got a little bit of enamel and acrylic, plus the overall color that I'm using is flat brown XF10 Tamiya. This turned out really good. I got that little 805 SMD in there for lighting. I showed that on the previous video. My next step on the kit build is the watchtower. It's got this spotlight, so it's right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put an SMD in that to light it. I don't know if I'm going to use a standard white. That might be too bright. I might go warm white. I'll have to experiment with that. I got it partially assembled, as you can see here. So I'm going to get working on this today, I figured I'd give everybody an update on the checkpoint, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the watchtower. I used my X-Acto knife and I cut the spotlight off here. I used my drill, a couple different size drill bits. I drilled a hole and then I put the 805 SMD on the inside. I'm going with a standard white, not a warm white, and I used 5-minute epoxy, letting that set up and dry. I already tested it with a 9-volt battery. It looks pretty cool and nothing major to worry about the light being too bright. Once I let that set up, the 5-minute epoxy, I'm probably going to use this for a lens because it dries clear. Once I get that all done, I'll film that segment too. So I'm going to continue working on this, but I figured I'd show everybody how I did it. I just drilled a hole about where my finger is and ran the SMD inside, centered it, and then I glued it with 5-minute epoxy. So I'll let that set for a while, and then I'll hook it up to some power and film it. But I'll continue working on this, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, this is the final update on the build I've been doing with the checkpoint 172 scale for the Hannibal 2 flying saucer that I'm going to be building sometime this summer. It's a nice little kit. You get the watchtower, the guard box, you get the drum, you get a sign, you get 2 utility poles, 2 ammo boxes, 2 jerry cans, 2 stockades. Am I missing something here? You get this, which is the lifting gate, and it does lift, which is cool. I have a 805 white SMD in the watchtower for the spotlight, and I have an 805 warm white in the guard box. The paints I used is XF-10 flat brown, flat black XF1, a little bit of aluminum XF16. I used some wood, 1735 Model Masters, and then I used some panel line. I used dark brown, black, and brown. I'm going to go ahead and turn some power on. Turn the overhead light off. I got it set at 9 volts. You can see the watchtower here with the spotlight. That looks really cool. And then you can see the guard box, and then inside I scratch built the seat, chair, and the table. Looks pretty cool. I did want to do this all in one build with the other 2 kits that I have, the ground equipment set and the 2 German trucks, but I'm going to do that separate. I figured I'd give everybody another look at this final build of the checkpoint. I think it, like I said, it looks really cool with the spotlight and the light inside the guard box. So I'm going to call this a wrap on the checkpoint. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank all my YouTube subscribers, and I'll talk with everybody later.